Hi, I'm Carrie Davidson, Move Well Fitness Manager for UK Health and Wellness. Today we're going to be talking about how we still get a good workout in using what we have at home or on hand while all the gyms are closed or maybe it's unavailable for you right now. We're going to talk about different implements that we can use, chairs, stairs, balls, kids, options for purchasing equipment for your home if that's something that you're looking to do. We all know exercise is important. We've gotten into routine, hopefully, of working, maybe working remotely. And it's time to make exercise a habit again if that's not been a priority so far. Not just for our physical health, but for our mental health as well. So there are some items that you probably have on hand that you didn't think could be an exercise tool. So consider a chair, just like a dining room table chair. Something that's got a hard seat, maybe an office chair that doesn't roll. You could put your hands on the edge of the chair, lower yourself down, do dips for the triceps. If it's a low enough chair, you could do step-ups with your feet, up, up, down, down. You could do some seated core work, doing some crunches or some crossbody things for more obliques. There's chair yoga. You could do seated jumping jacks if it's really something that your work is something that you have to really be seated for a long period of time. If you check out our blog post on WordPress from April the 9th, you're going to see a whole bunch of options for using a chair while you exercise. The next thing I want to talk about is stairs. So we've been using virtual workouts, and stairs have been a really good tool for us so far. So whether this is maybe one step coming into your house or into your office building, or one step as you go up the stairs, think about using them again as a step up, 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 down, down. You could do side steps, lateral step ups, so you're working more of your glutes. You could put the hands on the stair and do incline push-ups or decline push-ups. You could lay on the ground, put your feet on the step, do some bridges, decline bridges, or even one-legged decline bridges. Again, our blog has a lot of resources for exercises to do on the stairs. Check that out. It was from April the 8th if you want to go back and reference that. Another thing is playground balls. So if you have kids in your life in any way, you probably have some sort of ball, basketball, soccer ball, playground ball. So you can do lots of things even with your family or with your kids with different size balls. You could use them for agility drills. You could set them up as cones and walk around them. You could do partner passes, working obliques. You could do over, under, side to side. You could do weighted throws. So lots of things that we can do with balls if we have some around. Now, speaking of kids and families, they also can be a great resource and tool. Not only do they bring a lot of energy with them, but it's also us as adults modeling the importance of exercise to kids while they're home. You could use them again to do partner exercises, maybe partner yoga or different partner exercises that have to do with strength. You could, if they were small enough, use them as added resistance. I'm going to say do this with caution. So if you want to maybe hold on to your child and do squats, you could let them sit on your shoulders if they're big enough and have enough balance and do squats. You could have them on your back while you do push-ups. There are tons of resources out there on using children. I just want to use a word of caution to make sure your child is safe, that they are stable and secure. Or just running around in the backyard, setting up obstacle courses, using sidewalk chalk on the driveway to draw hopscotch. All these are really good options to do either with your kids or other members of your family. Now, some other things that are around the house that we could use for resistance. So most of us are probably missing the weights at the gym, and not many of us have access at our home to barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, but we probably do have access to a few things that could work like a kettlebell. So think about things in your house that have a handle. So for example, I have here a can of paint. This works great as a kettlebell. And if the paint can is full, it weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. So that's a good option for kettlebells. And you could use it as a weight and pull it. A gallon jug, so maybe of water or milk or something that was empty, if you fill it back up, it's about 8 pounds if you have water. If you fill it with sand, you're more likely to get about 12 pounds out of it. If you fill it with rock, you're more likely to get about 20 pounds out of it. A laundry detergent bottle, we have a great video again on our website and on our blog for different exercises that you can do with a laundry detergent bottle. You could fill a tube sock, an empty water bottle, gallon jug full of sand to make them heavy and use them as weights. You could also maybe use soup cans. Those might not be as helpful since they only weigh about a half a pound each. So use those maybe with a little bit of caution. You're not getting quite as much work out of there that you might think that you are. So it's a lot easier to work our cardiovascular exercise into our day. We're used to parking, walking. We're used to walking to meetings, walking to lunch, using the stairs. These are all common things that we've been using all along. But it might not be as easy to work strength training into your day. So just thinking about the things that most people do throughout their day, we can work strength training into that. So consider grocery shopping. If you're like me, you try to pick up as many groceries as you can at the same time so you don't have to make as many trips. That's still a good option, but that's basically a loaded carry. So when we hold weighted things in our hands, we can do as many as possible laps, right? So go back and forth to the car, walk around the house while you have those groceries. You're working strength training into your day. That's a good core exercise as a loaded carry. What about laundry? We all have it. We all have to do it. So if that's something that you maybe have to take upstairs or carry to another room in your house, you could put your laundry basket over your head, get a lot of core work that way, balance and stability exercises. Again, if you have children at home, you could pick them up. Every time you pick them up, hold me, hold me. Every time you pick them up, do some squats, do some bicep curls with them if they're small enough. Anything that adds resistance is going to be a good thing. What about heavy dishes? When you're unloading the dishwasher, maybe do curls with those heavy dishes before you lift them up into the cabinet. And just use triggers like that throughout the day to work strength training into your day, just like we've been working cardiovascular exercise into our day as a common thing for a while now. What about making the bed? If that's something that you do every day, you might celebrate that small little accomplishment by doing 10 push-ups on the bed, like an incline push-up. So all of these things are options that could be worked into your day with things that you probably have around the house, around the office. Let's talk now about purchasing something for your home. So first of all, you want to consider what you have time for, what you have space for, and what your budget is going to allow. So if you're thinking about cardiovascular exercise, a treadmill or a bike, consider the cost of that equipment and how often you might actually use it. And then if you do decide to purchase, you want to go with something that has a name brand. If it's a brand you've never heard of before or you don't recognize, it's probably not going to last you very long. So go with a brand that you recognize. Make sure that it has a warranty. Most home exercise equipment is going to have at least a 1 to 3 year warranty. So check that out, and most of it's parts and not labor. So check that out. And then also preventative maintenance. All home exercise equipment is going to come with a manual or a book, and it's going to tell you what preventative maintenance requirements there are in the back of that book. So it's probably just to clean around it, lube it, oil it, different things like that, depending on what you've purchased. Now, if you're thinking more about buying some weights for home or some strength training equipment home, consider the storage that is going to be required. You know, a paint can, like we talked about, doesn't take up that much space. A set of dumbbells doesn't take up that much space, but a whole big bench or a whole big rack is going to take up a whole lot more space and probably going to require maybe a dedicated room or half a room or corner. You might consider something that is adjustable. So they do make dumbbells that have a little bar. It's about 5 pounds, and then you can add on little plates, and they go up to about 40 pounds. You can usually pick these up locally for around $40, and those are adjustable, so those are very versatile. Now, you are switching them around a lot, but they're very versatile. Can be used for a lot of different exercises, a lot of different muscle groups. And then the other thing that people like to purchase for home is bands, exercise bands. They're stretchy. They're usually either really wide or they're more like a tube and have a handle. Those are good in a pinch. They're not going to provide you 40 pounds of resistance like a dumbbell or something heavy like a paint can. They're not going to provide you as much resistance as you might be looking for. But if you're traveling, bands are a great thing. They can be thrown in your suitcase. They're very lightweight. They don't take up a lot of space. You can hide them when they're not in use. So they do provide some resistance for you. And they're good, like I said, in a pinch, but maybe not for your all-time exercise program. So again, if you want to go to our blog, wordpress.com, it's UK Live Well. We have lots of ideas on there for tools, spaces, using a yard, using parking lots, using stairs, using chairs, using all sorts of different tools that are not typical gym equipment to get in a good workout. And if you want to request a consult with one of us, we're happy to consider what you have at home and write a program based on what you've got going for you. So go to your dashboard and log in. We'll be happy to take care of that for you.